AltaView ARINC-429 Transmit Tools, Part 1. The ARINC-429 Transmit Control Panel controls the transmit channels for your ARINC device. It is recommended that you first open an Equipment ID label list in the Configuration panel, and then use the channel settings to assign Equipment ID numbers to each transmit channel. Now the assigned Equipment ID numbers are displayed in the transmit table. When a channel is selected, you can add labels to the channel, delete all labels, and start or stop transmission for the selected channel. The Add Label button allows you to define a label and its associated timing. The transmit period is the time in milliseconds between transmissions of the label. For example, a transmit period of 100 milliseconds will cause the label to be sent at a 10 Hz rate. The transmit period is independent for each label. The min delay from previous label sets the minimum time between the end of one label and the beginning of the next. This defaults to 4 bit times of the selected bitrate for the channel. For a 100 kHz bitrate, this is 40 microseconds. Checkboxes are provided to control the parity bit. The default is odd parity, both parity on and parity odd checked. If you uncheck parity on, then parity will not be generated. If parity on is checked and parity odd is unchecked, then even parity will be generated. This affects the parity field, or bit 31 of the ARINC word. The SSM data SDI field is the upper 23 bits of the ARINC-429 word, represented in hex. The octal label field is the lower 8 bits, represented in octal. If an equipment ID has been assigned to the transmit channel, you can select from a list of labels defined for the equipment ID. This only affects the octal label field and does not affect the SSM data SDI. When a label is selected, the Edit Label button brings up the same window as the Add Label button. When a field is selected, the Edit Field button allows you to enter data in engineering units as defined in the Equipment ID label editor. BCD and binary fields are displayed with the field name, the current value which you can edit, the units, and the allowed range. Repeat the process to add labels for the other transmit channels. Clicking Start All begins transmission, which can be verified using the RX control panel. Want to know more? We're happy to help.